Hello my fellow pod pilots of New Eden, my name is Eddie Rio and this is PvP RoamAntics episode 3 and I'm starting off here in a ham drake. I used to love flying ham drakes. I had a few knocking around. I had to alter the fit slightly to compensate for the fact that the drakes have changed a little bit, but it's pretty similar to what it used to be, just not quite as effective. So I've jumped into this system and I know there's a few of them knocking around. I've just got a hook bill and a thrasher. I almost get this hook bill. I overload my scram and point and I get him and I'm like, awesome, I've got him. For some reason I unoverload it and then he ends up getting away. I think with an afterburner and stuff he might have gotten away anyway, but he didn't have a scram on me, he had a normal point, so that will come back later on in the fight to bite me in the butt. But now, as you can see, a couple more things have jumped into the system and instantly I've spotted that Vexor Navy issue and he's taken my fancy. If he comes close enough, I'm just going to gun straight for him. That's my plan. And as you can see, he's pretty much moving towards me and the smile on my face is growing big. I'm thinking there's a good chance that I can probably take this guy out. He gets in range. Scram, web, missiles ahoy. Probably the wrong ammo type, but it doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm gung-ho anyway. I'm not thinking too much about that. I just want to start laying some DPS on him. I've got everything on him. The others aren't doing too much. A rapier's just uncloaked and locked me up, so I'm properly webbed down now. So we're just locked into battle. There's not much I can do. They're just going to keep gunning for me. I've just got to sit here, try and soak up the DPS, overload my tank, overload my guns, and try and take him out before he takes me out. This is a 4v1 situation, and this is the kind of solo PvP that I love and that really gets you tingling. You know, there's 4 other people there trying to kill you, and it's you against all of those people. Okay, they're in slightly smaller ships. I've got a battle cruiser, but there's still a lot of DPS, and they should be able to take me out without any of them dying, especially with a rapier there controlling my speed. But that Vexor really wanted to get in, so it's his fault that he's losing his ship now. If you look, it's really close. I've just lost my shields and he's into hull. I'm just screaming at my computer for this guy to die at the moment. I'm really wanting him to die. But as you look, just as he dies, the only other thing that's got a point on me is that Caldari Navy hook bill, the one that I just didn't kill earlier, and he sat there pointing me and I'm gonna die now. If I'd have killed him earlier, I might have been able to warp out at this point. I could have aligned to a station, but now I'm trying to deal with this guy. I know there's no chance that I can't get in him, and I'm absolutely kicking myself for not killing him earlier. But that's just the way it goes sometimes, and it was still a really good fight. Even though I ended up dying, I got a good kill out of it. I think I won the ISK efficiency, so I was happy with that. That rapier could have been a falcon, and that would have really pissed me off. I wouldn't have been able to do anything from turning a good fight. Even if I didn't kill that Vexor, it would have been close anyway. I would have been happy. So I'm glad that it was a rapier and not a falcon. And I don't know, I still got issues with ECM in this game, and I think it's kind of an I win button for small gang PvP. Here, this next clip is kind of a clip for nostalgia's sake. I was taking out a couple of friends who have had little to no PvP at all. One of the tombs is actually, I think he's only about a month old. It's a good friend, Nano, and this is his first ever kill, so I thought I'd pop this up. We were having a little roam. We came to a bubble, and as we landed on the bubble, we noticed someone else popping system, so we just decided to wait on that bubble for a little bit to see if he gets stuck on it, and he did indeed ended up getting stuck. And Nano and I don't know about Trell, but I think they got their first couple of kills there, so I was really happy that they'd managed to do that. The next system that they jumped into had a saber that aggressed them straight away. I kind of left them for a minute. I thought they might be able to kill it, but they sounded like they were going down pretty quickly, so I ended up jumping in and finishing the saber. Sadly too late after the saber had killed both of them, but the saber did have a faction point fitted, which was worth about 40-50 mil, so that ended up being quite an expensive kill. So they actually got 2 kills, and they were just flying very cheap little frigates, and that's, you know, really good experience for them. to get out there and enjoy some PvP and learn how it's done a little bit, and I'm glad that I was there for them to help them and teach them a little bit of what I know. Now this next clip, I thought I'd carry on roaming, I'd see what I can find. About, you know, I've been roaming for probably another hour, and then I jump into this, and every pilot knows this feeling. Every pilot who has been out in 0.0 knows this feeling. You jump into a system, look at that. What am I going to do now? There is nothing I can do. You know, I've lost so many ships like this, and there's no real way of avoiding it unless you use a scout ult. And I can't afford to have 2 accounts running, and I kind of don't like having 2 accounts running. There's just something about it. I do have 2 characters and they're on the same account, and I sometimes switch between them. One kind of makes the ISK and does PvE, and the other one does PvP. I love the new podding animation, and when you die the screen all goes white and then you see your corpse floating. That is awesome. I love that. That makes dying worthwhile. And this next clip is me dying horribly to one of the funniest fleets I think I've ever seen in EvE, which is a battle hauler fleet, and the mining frigate as well. So I'm being swamped here by loads of people in haulers, mining frigates. There's a few sort of interceptors in the fray as well, but look at that. Look at all those hauler ships. Fair play to them. That is what EvE is about. Forming a crazy fleet like that, going out with loads of people and having fun, and I'm pleased to have lost my ship to those guys. So this next clip, I'm in my Rupture. I had to mix it up a bit because I lost my ship and I just had this lying around. I've got a mid slot missing because the Rupture had changed since I'd previously last set this up. So straight in, I've got quite a lot of stuff chasing me, and a few things have got ahead. So I'm slowly working on this Ranis, and I'm thinking after this I'm going to walk straight out because there's quite a hefty gang with Cinnaballs in it chasing me. So I want to get this kill and get out. But unfortunately a Dramiel also comes in. I'm sort of recalling my drones. I'm about to try and warp off. Bang, he's web and scrammed me. So I've now got no other choice other than to stay there and try and kill this guy and then warp out again. But the gang is catching up. Now my only real main target is try and kill this Dramiel before I die. And then I think I'm straight back up on the ISK efficiency again. I've killed 2 ships, I've lost 1. And what I've killed is more risk than what I took out, and that is always a kind of objective of mine, let's say, to try and kill more ISK than I end up losing. But it never actually happens like that, but it's good to have that goal. So if you come into a fight like this, don't just think, oh, it's all over. Try and get that 1 kill before you die, and really work on doing that. And as you can see, I get the Dramiel there. I'm just about to pop, but at least I got that as well. And that's something that, even though you lose your ship, you can feel satisfied that you had a good fight and that you took something out on your way. So yeah, that's really all about there is for this episode. It's a bit of a mixed bag. I think I ended up losing 4 Drakes, a Rupture and some other ships during trying to make this episode. It gets quite costly. I think I'm going to just forget about battle cruisers for a while because I can't really afford that. I'm going to start getting into PvE a little bit and try and make myself some ISK, perhaps do some 10 out of 10 complexes, try and do some stuff like that. Perhaps I might do some videos on it about how I go about tackling it. I don't know if you'd be interested in that. But for a little while I'm going to have to grind some ISK before I can do a little bit more PvP. So thanks for watching this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks very much for the feedback that you've given me so far on the previous episodes. And if you like this one, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and comment and all that good stuff. Building up the dialogue and the conversation with you lot is what I really enjoy. So till next time, fly safe.